Hi there. Today we're going to discuss ratios. Objectives and standards. What will we learn today? Today we're going to write some ratios as fractions in simplest form. We're going to simplify ratios involving measurement. Our standards is to compute unit rates associated with ratios of fractions, including ratios of lengths, areas, and other quantities measured in like or different units. The vocabulary you need to know today is ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. There's basically three different ways that you can write a ratio. You can use the word to, you can use a colon, or you can use it as a fraction. Um, so if you're comparing things like 3 to 9, 3 girls to 9 boys, or 3 apples to 9 oranges, you can say 3 to 9, 3 colon 9, 3 over 9. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. If the first number being compared is less than the second, the ratio is usually written as a fraction in simplest form. Ratios can express part to whole, or whole to part relationships. Example 1, express the ratio 12 baskets and 18 attempts as a fraction in simplest form, and then you're going to explain its meaning. So the ratio we want to set up is baskets to attempts. So we're going to set up 12 over 18. Then we can simplify it down to 2 to 3. Now we want to talk about what is its meaning. Now when I set up the ratio, I had baskets over attempts. So when I explain the meaning, I want to put those words in the meaning. So I will say the ratio of baskets to shots attempted is 2 to 3. This means that every 3 shots that he attempted, only 2 were made. Also, 2/3 of the shots attempted were baskets. And the reason why we consider this a fraction is because this is a part to whole ratio. Example 2, 10 out of every 30 Americans own a portable MP3 player. Express this ratio as a fraction in simplest form and then explain its meaning. All right, so we're going to set out 10 people out of 30. 10 who own, 30 is the total. So I'm going to have 10 over 30. I'm going to divide it by 10 to the numerator and denominator to get into its simplest form. So I have 1/3. So what does that actually mean? It means that the ratio of Americans who own a portable MP3 player is 1 to 3. So out of every 3, which is my whole, only one of them owns a portable MP3 player. Or you can just say it as a fraction, 1/3 of Americans own a portable MP3 player. So when you're talking about its meaning, make sure to discuss the units that is part of the ratio. Simplify ratios involving measurements. When writing a ratio involving measurements, both quantities should have the same unit of measure. So when the quantities have different units of measure, you got to convert one unit to the other. It's usually easiest to convert the larger unit to the smaller unit. Now what they're going to do is they're going to give just common conversions that you should know offhand. I've just labeled a few that were common among the problems, or just ones that you should know off the top of your head. So if you want to pause the video and write these down real quick. But these are the most common ones. Later on, we're going to be doing ones with measurement, like centimeters, meters, and stuff like that, and miles. So these are just the common ones that you should know. Okay, so example 3 says express the ratio 8 ounces to 3 pounds. Write it in a fraction of simplest form. So our two things that we're talking about is 8 ounces to 3 pounds. Now, ounces is our smaller unit, so we want to convert everything to ounces. And if you look back, you'll notice that 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound. So what we did was we took our 3 pounds and we converted it to ounces. So 3 times 16 was 48. That's how we got 48 ounces. So now that we're going to simplify 8 over 48, we get 1/6. So in simplest form, the ratio of 8 ounces to 3 pounds is 1 to 6. Here's another example. We're going to express the ratio 21 inches to 2 yards as a fraction in simplest form. So we're going to set up our ratio 21 inches over 2 yards. And then we're going to say to ourselves, which one is the smaller unit? That's inches. So we're going to convert our yards to inches. So 21 inches is equivalent to 72 inches. And I want you to remember that 1 yard equals 36 inches. So after we have this ratio with the same units, now we can simplify it, and it's going to be 7 over 24. Today we wrote fractions. We wrote ratios as fractions in simplest form and simplified ratios involving measurements. Hope that video was helpful. Thank you. Bye.